Hey everyone, welcome back to the Poplar Report. We're getting a whole bunch of reports out of Russia and Ukraine that the Wagner Group has gone off the rails. We're getting a whole bunch of conflicting reports out there. Honestly, a lot of them are jiving with each other. So we're getting some conflicting reports, but most of the reports are confirming each other. Now, what exactly is happening? We're going to go through some tweets, the most up-to-date information. This is confirmed reports that we're getting on Twitter and everything like that. Some pictures, some videos, and stuff like that. We're going to go through these and we're going to see what the information that's coming out. Now, there's going to be some discussion here of who's putting this out. Is this a disinformation campaign? Is this a Russian disinformation campaign to justify them mobilizing their troops on the streets of Moscow and trying to galvanize their people against the Wagner Group? Possibly, I guess. Is this a Ukrainian, United States, NATO disinformation campaign to kind of break the will of the Russian soldiers because the Wagner Group is pulling back off the front lines and leaving them hanging high and dry when they're actually not, and it just dispirits all the regular Russian soldiers that are on the front? Possibly. Is this just one big miscommunication? Possibly. We're getting a lot of information, so it's either something is happening or somebody is trying to make it look like something is happening. Without further ado, let's pull up some information here on the screen. You can't see my cursor over here, but this is the area we're talking about. That is eastern Ukraine there. Donetsk is nearby. There is the Bakhmut, which is where the Wagner Group is supposed to be, where the two yellow lines kind of come together inside Ukraine. But then highlighted over there is the Rostov Oblast. Now, everybody agrees that's Russia. Rostov Oblast is Russia. It's not invaded Ukrainian territory that people are calling Russia now. That's just Russia. And the Wagner Group has supposedly crossed over and gone into. The Wagner Group founder Prigozhin says that his forces have entered Russian territory. Now, this is also being confirmed by the FSB out there. So the FSB says they allowed the Wagner Group to cross the border. So if the FSB, which is the old KGB, right? They were KGB and now they're FSB. They're basically the same thing, just as evil and all that jazz. So the FSB is saying, we let them cross in. So if both sides are saying that the Wagner Group has apparently gone into the Rostov region of Russia, then apparently that is the case. Now, what I want to point out here is that if you look in the Rostov Oblast on the map, you'll see that yellow line going straight up. That yellow line going straight up is a highway that goes straight to Moscow. So let's just keep that in mind. Now, there's talk about the Wagner Group is going to march on Moscow, and they have to go straight up that road, and it's not unthinkable, but it's not exactly convenient either. And there's a lot of troops between there and Moscow. But we're going to see a bunch of stuff here about tanks on the streets in Moscow. Russian state media is confirming that forces in Moscow have been placed on high alert. Security of important locations and capital beefed up after the Wagner threats. So apparently and we're getting a bunch of pictures and videos of military vehicles driving all around Moscow. Apparently they're kind of freaking out there, at least to some extent, whether it's just just in case, or whether it is more of a, we really think they might be doing something. Now, what triggered all of this? The Wagner Group, there's this video here. It doesn't really show all that much, and I'm not going to be playing any videos because we don't want to run afoul of any rules here and there. But this is just a screenshot of a trench that's been bombed. Basically, it's been shells and stuff like that. There's nothing graphic about this. It's just leaves and branches down in this photo with some fire. But in the video, they were kind of walking through and looking at the aftermath of this either bombing or artillery strike on this area. But the Wagner Group is basically saying that there a number of their camps behind Russian lines were actually bombed and hit by artillery and missiles. They're saying that this is definitely coming from Russia. Russia is the one who did this. They authorized the strikes, significant casualties. And so this is supposed to be like their logistics and back behind their lines kind of camps and such like that. And Yevgeny Prigozhin, he has said that this was ordered by the Russian military defense. Now, is he having somebody inside the Russian military defense telling him this, or what? How does he know this? Is this Ukrainian and American attack on these places, and then it's being made to look like it's Russian? I don't know. But so the FSB saying that they let the troops, the Wagner Group, across the border into Russia. So it wasn't really an invasion; they're just letting them. But we're also seeing that according to Prigozhin, he said that basically as they're coming in, there were helicopters that were ordered to attack them, and the helicopter pilots refused to fire on the Wagner Group. Also that there were soldiers, conscripts that were put in their way, and the conscripts all just stood aside and let them through. Prigozhin, I mean, he put out his video saying, everyone get out of the way. Do not resist us. We're going to fix things. And that's kind of crazy. So what's also going on out there, we can see what's going on with the internet in Russia. So clearly something's going on with the internet because Google News has been blocked Russia-wide. Google News has been blocked across all of Russia for the whole afternoon, and that doesn't seem to be changing. So you can see there Google News across all of the areas of Russia, 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%, 0% reporting on that. And not only Google News, but Russia's largest social media site, VK, is blocking all posts that mention Prigozhin or Wagner PMC. Per orders issued by the Prosecutor General's office, the site has 97 million monthly active users. Russia's population is 140 million. So you can't find information out there on social media about what's going on. And then this is Russian General Surovikin. And just off screen, so it's not in the picture, he's holding a gun as he's basically talking to soldiers and saying, he's talking to the Wagner Group saying, like, lay down your arms, obey Putin's orders, return to your barracks before it's too late. And everyone's kind of noticing that he addressed the Russian soldiers without a weapon, and then he made another video for the Wagner Group and he's holding a weapon, and it's kind of like, oh, he's threatening them, he's threatening them or something. So when we have all these high level Russian generals and who's of Russia all chiming in on this, I mean, it sure looks like something's going on, and this is the report here from Prigozhin. The chief of the Russian General Staff, Valery Gerasimov, gave the order to attack the Wagner columns by aircraft. Only the pilots refused to carry out his order. In another place, we see that these were apparently helicopter gunships, and they refused the order to fire on the Wagner Group. And that's apparently, we're hearing that from both sides, that the airstrikes were ordered. So as they were leaving Ukraine and going into Russian territory, when they saw that the conscripts were not blocking the Wagner Group. Apparently, these gunships were ordered to go in there and destroy the columns. So if you ever seen what's that movie, Enemy at the Gates, right? With World War II Russia, and they're shooting the people, the conscripts that are trying to flee. Kind of that idea there, except we're not talking about like a few guys. We're talking about a whole unit. And you need to realize when the Russian forces have just been bogged down this whole war, the Wagner Group has made the lion's share of movement in the war for the Russians. And so the Russian forces at the ground level hold the Wagner Group in very high esteem. The conscripts out there, they're in the Russian forces, the guys on the field, they're seeing these guys as superheroes. And so when it's like, okay, you're going to fight against them, these guys are like, it seems like they're not having any of that. They're like, these are our guys. They're not only just our brothers, but they're kind of like our leaders, like, what do you mean attack them? Now this seems to be putting on a map what's going on. Once again, none of this is confirmed. I'm just giving you the data that's kind of flowing in on Twitter. Who is, I don't know if these people are just typing things into Google Maps and whatever and drawing stuff, or whether they actually know what they're talking about. But I'm going to just toss this information at you. On the Rostov-Moscow road in the area of the Kozachki Tabory, the first clash occurred between the advanced groups of the Wagner PMC moving towards Moscow and the units of the Rosgvardia. Sorry, I don't speak Russian or anything like that. So this is reporting that apparently there have been armed clashes now between some Russian forces and the Wagner group. Now, they were too graphic for me to take screenshots of, but there are a number of reports out there on Twitter showing crimes committed by lone wolf Wagner members who basically, they were released out of prison to go fight. And then after they fought for the given length of time, if they had survived, they were then given a pardon. And so these guys were released back into Russia, but they're very, very adamantly pro-Wagner. And so some of the individuals, it seems like, have been going on lone wolf attacks. They've been murdering people. They've been attacking people and committing arson. So we have. I saw a number of these reports on Twitter. Is this just conjured up together? I don't know, but or are criminals who have been pardoned for the Wagner Group, are they going on killing sprees in support of the Wagner forces? Are they trying to help overthrow their government? These are questions that are coming out right now, and we don't have answers to this yet. What's really going on here? We don't know. We don't know yet. And some of this is going to have to take some time to just drop out and see what really is going to shake out of this. Supposedly 2 brigades of the Ukrainian Marines are attacking Bakhmut, where the Wagner Group has pulled out of, and they're trying to capitalize on the Wagner Group pulling back. That's coming from the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. So take that for what it's worth too. Is that real? Is any of this real? I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you guys think are going on right now, because we're kind of flying blind on this, and as information kind of comes out, and as people discuss it. So get in the comments and let us know what you think about this whole thing. Is this one big disinformation campaign? For who? What's the purpose? I know you guys have opinions about that. So I've thrown some information at you, and you're probably seeing some information from some other sources out there. And like I said, probably in a few days or a few weeks, we're going to have more clarity on what's going on. But one thing is for sure, something is going on, and it's not just a couple of little pieces strung together by some people trying to conjure something up. There's either a coordinated disinformation campaign happening, or there is a whole lot of events actually happening on the ground. All right, folks, thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out another video from this channel, want to check that out over here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.